Hello there, only one Kenobi here, only one. Now then, something slightly different today for this video. It's kind of a collaboration, if you want to put it like that. A guy I know down in London called Mike, who I used to work with this guy, never even knew he liked Star Wars, yet alone the fact that he's a collector, just like I am. He's been on a few podcasts of mine in the past, but anyway. He has been getting into dioramas recently, and he has sent me this video. Thank you so much, Mike, for sending it along and sharing it. You could make your own channel out of this stuff, you know, I've said that to him. But he has been getting into dioramas, and he's made this amazing double-sided 4-story Death Star diorama. So good. I mean, I myself have been getting into the idea of dioramas after getting the barge, seeing the potential of having a big space to put your figures on. So thank you so much. Please do enjoy it. I'm going to hand you over to him now. He will give you more idea of the details of how he's done it. And if you have enjoyed it, don't forget to smash the like button at the end. Over to you. Boom.
Hello there, this is a diorama for only one Kenobi, only one. This is a diorama that I've created of a Death Star, and I'm starting just here at the sort of trash compactor side. Literally all you can see in there is a load of bit of sort of foam core / styrofoam which is painted up and thrown on the floor. But this diorama is completely made up of West foam, which you can buy from Hobbycraft, and they're all sort of 5mm thick. Some things obviously you need to back up in size depending obviously on the structure and the strength that you want to do, but pretty pleased with that. So let's give you a slight tour of the diorama. So this is the first floor. Moving into the next room, doesn't, obviously apologies for the light, but you've got big blast doors there, they're 30 centimeters. And then just obviously onto sort of the side. Moving into the second floor, you can see it gives flooring gives a really nice glossy look, and this is basically it's DC fix. You can buy it in the UK from, I think it's B&Q. Comes in about £5 a roll, but is really tricky, or can be tricky. I struggled with it in terms of getting it on, but obviously once you get it on, it does give a really nice look of the floor, and everything sort of reflects off it very nicely. So certainly recommended if you're doing something like this on the Death Star. This is just a simple control panel. It actually came off of Diorama Workshop, their old website, and it's a console which I think is actually meant to be for the Millennium Falcon, but I just think it looks really good, and for the purposes of this diorama, just fits nicely for a control panel. Then moving along very nicely, you move into the back of the detention cell block area. Now this piece here, I actually just purchased, got it relatively cheap from the Power of the Force line, and you can see here there is actually, the camera's not going to show that, but that is a detention cell layer can go in there, and just in front of that you have got the grate, which basically is, you know, in the film they blast off. That just dropped down, and what I have done is, I don't know if you can see that there, but I've created a hole so it is actually working. It works nicely and drops into the trash compactor. So very pleased with how that's turned out. And then obviously you can see the front consoles, but you'll get a better look at that in a second. Moving on to the third floor. Just again, now all of these decals thankfully are provided by Diorama Workshop. None of this would be possible without any of that. But it is very addictive, but also incredibly time consuming. Really pleased with how that's come out. Some more blast doors. Again, they're just the smaller ones, but they do take a while to put together. But I'll give you a look from this side, really. They do actually look really good, very realistic. So moving on to the fourth tier. This is just I don't know what the room is really. I suppose you can put whatever you want in there. And then moving into just a hallway that goes straight through, and this piece I'm really happy with. This is the Death Star briefing room, and those back panels again actually took ages to do but look really good, but I just ran out of time and effort really. I couldn't do the curved wall which like they suggest, And what I've done here is created the table. Now this, I've just literally just cut out foam core, added some DC Fix, painted a little bit as you can see, and I will be getting some chairs hopefully for that, which you can order the chairs off of Hole in the Ground Productions in the US. They actually produce the chairs for this, and you can buy them individually. So if you don't have a room for the 10 or 12, so really happy with how that's actually come out on the 4 floors. Whoops, sorry, quite impressive, I think. And then all I've done is here with this with the West foam on the sides, I've just painted them grey so that you can I suppose add what you want. If you wanted to put the Millennium Falcon docking bay, which maybe at some stage I will, but certainly not in the immediate future. And then we go round to the first floor again on this side. So again, that gives you a much better look at the actual blast doors themselves, and just some different entrance doors into different rooms and far wall. Moving on to the second floor, I've put I've just put a few stormtroopers in there to give you an idea of the scale of this thing, and how it actually comes together. And when fully populated, it would look really good if you got enough figures, I suppose. And then this bit I'm really happy with is obviously the front side of the detention cell block, and it gives you a good look at obviously the power of the Force cell block itself, but obviously this front decal, or I should say this front piece, just to try and give you a better indication of that. This I bought from Hole in the Ground Productions. It's cast resin, and obviously so I had to spray it black, but then obviously all the decals are provided and looks superb. So for these sort of things, well worth it. And then moving on to the third floor, this side you've got the control room, in terms of where they've got the Death Star timer, so you can populate that. That's quite a nice thing. Just another hallway and then into the red control room, and really pleased again with how this has turned out. But obviously these pieces again I purchased these off of Hole in the Ground Productions, so anybody looking to make dioramas, I'd certainly recommend having a look at what they've got on the website. They've got some fabulous products on there, and I've sprayed these black because obviously they just come in different colours obviously on the cast resin, so I sprayed those just a matte black, with, I think the best thing certainly in the UK that I sort of probably came across was a spray tin of I think it was Plasticoat, which you pick up for about £7-8. Obviously really again gives a nice finish, but you do need a lot of room to air, because it is really smelly. The decals on this again just obviously provided by Eric at Hole in the Ground, and they just obviously cut out and stick, so they're stuck beautifully. I'm really happy with that. And then we go on to the last level on this side, and you've got again just made another couple of those consoles just out of the West foam, painted them up, cut out and glued them together. Into the hallway obviously from the other side, and then finally into the Emperor's throne room, and this is the room probably I'm least happy with in terms of the look and everything else, but I was just it was just going to be too tricky. So you know, I hopefully will be potentially getting a chair to put in there. You know, again, Hole in the Ground do those, so I'll probably get one from them. But really happy with actually the way the whole thing's come out, just to sort of give you a bigger sort of picture of the whole thing, and with the figures in. Oops, sorry, I'm running out of room here. That is how it looks on the scale of the one side, so really pleased with that. And then moving back round to the other side, just to give you another final look at that. Yeah, really, for me, I'm really happy with that, considering I've made that, and I don't do these sort of things very often. But as I said, big heads up really to Frank at Diorama Workshop. None of that would have been possible without him, and also Eric at Hole in the Ground Productions for the quality products that I've needed. And to give you an indication of scale, the actual length of this piece is 33 inches, Depth wise, it's 17 inches and height 26 inches. So this is a massive piece, diorama piece I put together. I genuinely didn't want it to get anywhere near this sort of scale, but it just kept snowballing, and I kept thinking of different rooms I could put on. Yeah, to give you an indication, that is my dining room table, and it fills up the whole thing. So I really hope you like this video, yeah, I hope you enjoy it. Cheers, bye.